So this is the unboxing of my Bradley smoker. I'm gonna show you what it looks like coming out of the box because I've got this. I just returned from Alaska with about 100 pounds of salmon. First thing that I noticed is the box was pooking out, and what they did, they shipped my smoking chips, these little biscuits, and they shoved them inside the original box. I got this off eBay from a company called United Outdoors. Okay, well, so far not that bad. There's one of them that's destroyed here, but that's about it. And we'll unbox it and see what she looks like. It came out of the box just fine, and it doesn't look like there's any dents on it. And here's the guts. Okay, here's what was included after I got the stuff out of it. It's very clean inside. Professional stainless steel look. I'm so far pretty pleased with it. So far the only negative thing I have to say is they use the labels that don't really come off. I had to scratch them off with my fingernail. It was kind of a pain in the butt. And next I'll put in the little trays. A very professional fit. And there's nothing to this really. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Fill it half with water. It needs to be seasoned, and what that entails is preheat the system for 20 to 30 minutes, get the element hot, and then push Biscuit Advance with 5 biscuits in there, and let it smoke at about 150 degrees, which is medium heat, and let that go for about an hour until you've got 5 biscuits in there, but it requires 2 of them to push the rest of them over, so only 3 will get used. 20 minutes per biscuit, so that'll give you an hour of smoking, and then it's seasoned. But it's not seasoned all that well. It's just got the factory smells out of it. The more you use a smoker, the more seasoned it gets. So yes, you should clean your drip pan and all of the racks and whatnot and make sure they're sanitized. However, the rest of it, you want to leave. You want that to build up the smoke flavor. Oh, there is a dent in it. Ah, there's a dent in the box. It's not going to kill anything, and I really don't care. Okay, I'm curing the Bradley smoker for the first time. I've got the temperature set pretty low. I just turned it down again. It's about a quarter of the way on, maybe a little less. I have about 170 degrees. I'm looking for 150, so I've opened up the top just a little bit more and turned the temperature down. But I'm curing it, seasoning it, whatever you call it. And so next step will be to clean it out. And I've got some fish thawing right now, so tomorrow or maybe the next day I'll probably go shopping for the brine materials today. Found what looks like a great recipe on YouTube, and so I'm going to use it. She is seasoned, I guess, and so tomorrow I'll try and do some smoking, maybe. It's the fly-in at the little grass field airport that I live on, so I've got my airplane out, going to dust it off a little bit, go fly this afternoon. But by the way, it's a baby Great Lakes. It's single seat, aerobatic to 10 Gs, and real simple. Okay, well, I'll check in with you from the supermarket maybe later. Here are the ingredients for the Candied Indian Candy smoked salmon. And I've got some really nice fillets here that I got when I was up in Alaska. So hopefully, look at the color on those. I mean, maybe an hour between they were swimming and they were in the freezer. So, and that was just a couple weeks ago. They've been frozen solid ever since. So I got a little container here that I'm going to add some water to. I got a jug of Aunt Jemima butter-rich maple syrup, and then I bought the real stuff. This is really expensive. Now, if you want to go ahead and buy just this, be my guest. But I'm going to try it, cutting it a little bit with the Aunt Jemima, and a thing of clover honey, 2 16-ounce or 1-pound bags of dark brown sugar, and canning and pickling salt, 3/4 of a cup. And I'll mix that brine up and then move on to the next step and show you. And this, of course, is coffee, and that's going to be hot water for coffee. Yeah. Using filtered water, and just, I don't know, just kind of guesstimating of how much water I need. I can always add more later. And I've got a little bit of water heating up that I thought I would add to it. Help the honey melt and the sugar melt, but I didn't want it scalding in the plastic here. Okay, I'm going to dump all the ingredients in. You don't need to see that. Added all of the dry ingredients and the wet ones, and it's kind of thick, as you can see, so I just want to mix that up really well. Get it good and mixed up. Make sure everything's dissolved. Just used a small pair of needle nose pliers and removed all of the pin bones, and they're real easy to get out with a little pair of pliers. And now I'm going to slice it up into probably 1-inch thick pieces. Yeah, I've just cleaned off the cutting board and all my utensils and whatnot, and I've sliced up. I can't even tell you what this weighed. It was 3 pretty good sized fillets of salmon. It's the red salmon. Yeah, reds. Utensils weren't that great, but I think I got it skinned out pretty good. Got most of the meat off of it. There's the brine. This is not a how-to video. This is just how I'm doing it. So, you know, if it works, we'll see. I've never done this. I pulled the recipe off the internet, and I'm just playing with my brand new smoker, so bear with me. Alright, on to the next step. I'm going to brine this till tomorrow evening, probably around 16 hours, and then I'll go on to the next step. I've added the brine, the salmon to the brine, and as you can see, that is way overkill on the brine. Way too much. I could have gotten probably 3 batches out of those ingredients. But live and learn, you know. I'm just practicing, just playing around, hoping to get a good snack out of all this. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna put a plate over this to hold it down. Let's see how that works. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, great. And I'll cover it up, put it in the refrigerator, and revisit it tomorrow evening. I have removed the salmon from the refrigerator. It's been about 16, 18 hours. I only have room for 2 racks in my tiny house kitchen. This is truly a tiny house. I mean, this is the entire side. And all my appliances are mini. Mini fridge, mini everything. So, let's see what this baby looks like. This is going to be a mess. Okay. And they look good. They're a little stuck together, but they're separating fine. Alright, so I'll just get my hands dirty for a little bit, and I'm going to run a toothpick through each one. They're a little bit on the firm side, which is okay. I didn't want them falling apart. A couple of these I left the skin on just at the tail end, you know, the little itty bitty pieces. So I thought I'd try that as a test, because next time I may decide just to leave the skin on. I'll get more meat out of it. Okay, time to skewer them up, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, I've placed the salmon on the racks with little toothpicks through them. They're here drying. I've cut a few of them a little bit too large, and they didn't fit right through the little squares of the rack. Live and learn. It's an experiment. I'm waiting for them overnight to get a pellicle on them. They call it a pellicle. I've done a little bit of research. I'm not a pro here, but this is a test. So they're going to become translucent, and they're going to be a little bit sticky to the touch and shiny, and then we'll put them into the smoker. And that'll happen tomorrow, of course. And I've left a few small pieces with the skin on, and we'll try it that way too. So this is 12 hours later. And this is what my fish looks like, and I'm not seeing it completely clear yet, see-through, but it's getting there. You can almost see the toothpick. I can barely see it. I think I'll give it another maybe 6 hours or so. What I've decided to do is cold smoke it. The only thing that you really have to do is just unplug the controller from the main heating unit and leave the control unit plugged in, because that controls the heater on the biscuits. I made the mistake of turning everything on about a half hour ago, and I decided to cold smoke this. So right now it's about 110 in there. I've let it cool down a while. But it should continue to cool, I'm hoping. I don't know, it looks like it's going up. Like I said, it's a test. I have 2 racks, and I've just started the timer. And I haven't hit biscuit advance yet. I guess that's a byproduct of the other ones that were already in there. So I'm going to give that a second to burn out, and then I'll hit biscuit advance, and that should restart the little timer that has it go every 20 minutes, drops a new one in. Here it is 3 hours after I put them in. I tried a couple pieces at 2 hours, and let's see, it's running at about 125 degrees with the heater element off. I've got it half closed on the vent on top. At 2 hours, it wasn't quite smoky. It wasn't quite as sweet as I thought it would be either. And the other thing that I noticed was the pan in the bottom that the biscuits drop into to be extinguished after 2 hours was full. And it wasn't dropping biscuits into the water any longer. They were stacking up. So there's a heads up for you. Check it every 2 hours. But let's see what it looks like now after 3 hours. Wow. They've shrunk a little bit more. Try a piece here. Wow, they're still almost absolutely see-through. See what we got here. Still soft, a little oily. There's a hint of sweetness, but not overpowering. It's really moist inside. Got a smoke ring on it. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's tastes good. I think I liked it at 2 hours though. It was a little moister at 2 hours. Let's try another one. I'm getting some salt flavor in here too. Oh, there's a moist one. I guess the bigger ones. Well, now those, the first one was on the bottom rack. This one was on the top rack. Yeah, I don't know. I think on the next batch, what I'll have to do is spray them down or brush them with honey. But pretty good. Now we'll see what my friends think about it.
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah. Real
Yeah,
good.
it's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Good.
Pretty good. Okay. Come on, Big Daddy. Just tell me it's good or bad. If it's good, look over here.
Oh. Oh, it fell apart.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Good, huh?
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm having to wait for it to hit different flavors. Mmm. Mmm. Killer. Wow. Now that's some good salmon, man. Still, at least 30 minutes later. Delicious.
I know. It's like half gone now.
Yeah,
You
half
can't
gone.
stop.
I can't stop. I'm gonna get myself sick by just stuffing myself full of salmon. It's delicious.
Delicious. Oh.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good, good.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Mm. How many pounds do you have?
We'll give it a try.
Smells good. That is awesome.
Yeah, recommend it?
I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
It's better than steak.
Wow, that's saying something.
It's crazy. It's like sweet. It's very meaty. You wouldn't think it was fish. I mean, if you gave this to someone in a blind taste test,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't even be able to tell. It's just,
You can't
Awesome.
taste the salmon?
I can taste it slightly,
Yeah.
but it's not really fishy.
Mm.